I got a couple field notebook holders here. These will also hold passports. The passports is just a little bit shorter than a field notebook. You can get a couple cards in each side. It holds a USB. You can put a book on each side if you prefer to do that. The pen is also optional in the pattern if you wanted to cut that out, or if you get a kit, that's an option as well. Another thing I like about these is that pen holder is enclosed, so you don't have the tip of the pen, just in case it leaks a little bit, it won't be poking out into your pocket. And all these parts, the holes are completely mirrored on every part. So if you wanted to do another one of these, flip it on that side, make like a wallet, or if you just wanted to have an easy, simple pocket like this one on that side, you could do the same thing on that side. Or you could even just put that one behind there and still throw the book in. Everything's interchangeable. You can mix and match any way you want. But I suggest using a 3/4 ounce is what I use for these ones. You can go 2-3, but if you go too thin, it's not going to have any rigidity to it. It won't feel real quality. And, you could go maybe 5-6 ounce leather, but then, you might be getting a little bit thick. You can decide whether or not to use the pattern or if you want to get one of the kits. If you use the pattern, I've covered it so many times in other videos that I'm going to skip over that part. We're just using one of the kits in this video. But basically, you'll just print your pattern out. If there's a part that spans more than a page, you're going to cut that page and tape it together. Then you're going to cut just outside the line, tape that to your leather, punch the holes, and then cut your parts out. Having that line cut outside of where you actually have to cut your parts out on the pattern, that makes it easier to see the line. So when you're cutting your parts out, you can cut them real nice, a lot cleaner, and then any tape residue won't be transferred over to your parts. Then you'll just continue on from where we start this video. This pattern has 3 parts. I did it in a way that pen holder just folds over. And you can decide to cut the lines on the pattern if you don't want the pen holder on the end. The first thing we're going to do is sew these 2 parts together just on those 2 lines. You'll see that first hole. See, that first hole is going to be just on that back part. When I'm on an edge like that, I almost always go over twice. So after I go back through like that, I'll just come right back up that first hole again. Now I'll actually throw this in my stitching pony to burn through these stitches real quick. You'll notice too, any parts that are hidden, or stitches I should say, will have a round hole. The pattern will show that, so if you're punching your own parts and stuff, you'll be able to do that. But if you're buying the kit, you'll notice any hidden holes will have that round. Makes it a little bit easier to sew, so you're not fighting to get it through a bunch of narrow holes. But when I get to that last stitch right there, you could tie a knot, start over, do that side, but I get enough thread so I can just pop over here. And I'll go down that last hole. And then pop to this one. And you'll see from the last hole I go up to there, and from that one I go down. That way they're kind of up out of the way, these stitches, when I come across. You can really do that however you want. I just figure if I can save a little time and not tie extra knots and deal with all that. And just continue up to there. And I'll actually stop a little short and use one thread. I'll show you a little trick so that I can tie a knot and have it away from that edge. So once I get to here, I'll actually just continue with one needle, go down and back so that I can tie the knot back a little further here. As long as you just keep an eye on those slits at the angle they're at, and you make sure you're following on the correct side, you won't even know the difference. But I do want to go over that end twice like I did on the other side. So looking at the front, the angle of those slits, I want to pop out on this side, not this side. So I'll make sure I try to get right on that side of the thread as I'm popping through. So it'll keep that nice angle to those stitches. And then here I want to drop down to the bottom side. And you can't even tell. And that way that knot's back a little bit further. You can back stitch if you want. Just go to the end and back stitch like 4 stitches. I prefer to do it this way. That way it doesn't look too bunched up. Really personal preference. Do it whichever way you'd like. So with this wax thread, these knots stay pretty good. But I do like to add just a little dab of glue. And I'll tap that with a mallet to flatten it down. Just the tiniest bit. Just flatten it down. I went to start this part. I meant to have my emblem right here. Not only did I burn it on the back, but I burnt it upside down. So I'm going to redo this part quick, and then we'll continue on. And we have that done. And I did reburn this since I had that backwards. So that'll be the back, that'll be the front now. But I have other ones that I made. This one doesn't have anything on it. Next we're gonna start here, sew around basically one last full swoop, and this will be done. But first thing we're gonna do is start on the pen section here. Don't really crease it. Just give it a little bend to make it easier here. And I do like to go around this edge twice as well. Once you get to that corner, you can decide whether to go up and all the way around or around and back to here. I usually like to go up this way. Just holds that part down a little better. Either way works just fine. So I'll keep going, get all the way around to where I sew this part on, and you'll just need to count a couple holes in between the two to line stuff up. Once you get up and around to that point, you can just lay this on here and figure out where the next hole starts when you got all the edges lined up. Or, to be sure, count your holes out, because there's going to be 7 in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the next hole will be the one that goes through that. And again, with this edge, I will go over twice. So when I get to that last hole, you can just go and then back stitch if you want. Or you can do it this way pop in between the two layers, tie a little knot, little dab of glue, tap it with a mallet. Don't want to gob that glue on or you're going to have it oozing out. Just the littlest dab if you do decide to put some glue on there. And I'll clip it, but not super close. You don't want that knot to come undone. Then you can use a needle or a little modeling spoon or something. Just kind of tuck that knot and those ends down in between a stitch. Hides it. Like I said before, you can cut the lines here. It's on the pattern if you don't want that pen holder on there. Here's one completed, got a pen in there. It'll hold a couple cards in each one, a USB, maybe cash or some note cards or something behind there. A little snug at first. This will break in nicely. I can get 2 cards in each pocket right off the bat. But if you stretch it out, you might be able to do 3. Sometimes you'll have to open that up just a little bit just to get it started. But once that stretches out to your USB, it'll fit real nice. And they make some that have little handly things on there, or you can tie a little ribbon to it. But once that breaks in, you'll be able to get that in and out of there. If you want to, you can tie a little ribbon, like while you're sewing those 2 parts together, put it in between the layers so you have a little ribbon to throw into a page if you want a couple pages to keep track of. You can also put a book on this side, or if you just want to do 2 books, you could do that.